just about in. Check my
stream's
stream.
live.
It is live. Let me get desktop. Man, I really want to get one of those hot keypads. That would be awesome. Alright, I am live. You just tell me when you want me to kick into the game and...
Okay, sounds good. You can kick it. Oh, perfect. You got the tournament up right now.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's just show that for a little bit here. Corvid, you want to do play-by-play or color? We can rotate if you want.
Let's just wing it.
Color's a bit easier, so how about I'll do play-by-play at first.
Okay.
Do I sound loud enough to you guys, or am I a little quiet compared to Corvid, Retsnom, or am I good?
You sound good on my end.
Okay, perfect. Alright, you can go live into the game now because we're gonna have the champions duel. So
Okay.
it's gonna be Yang Gang against Baldwiner for side.
Okay.
Gang Gang versus Baldwin is on this team now? Oh no, it's Mossberg. Mossberg versus Yang.
Mossberg, yeah, that's right.
I guess Mossberg would be the duel boy on this team.
Looks like Mossberg's got a few hits already on Yang. Yang missing with the War Axe. Mossberg goes for the disgusting waterfall, doesn't land. Yang with the foot drag. Wow, they're dragging and riposting. What a stam duel there. Mossberg wins. Anyway, so basically Nameless gets to pick the side now for the rest of the series. Most teams have been picking red from what we've seen so far. I think that's because Pit is one of the guaranteed maps to be played, and there is a pretty good advantage for being red on Pit. So let's see what Nameless wants here.
This match is going to be interesting.
Okay, so Nameless is going to take blue actually, which is pretty surprising. We'll see how that works out for them.
Blue on tourney. Does it make a difference on tourney? I mean,
it doesn't make a difference on pair series.
Oh, right. Okay.
Let me just make sure they understand that.
Ha! The Patchy is live.
Okay, so we're going over to tourney rather, and we're gonna have Nameless on blue for the series and Legion on red for the series. Should be a pretty interesting match. I think both these teams are pretty high-end, big skill on both teams, high levels as well. On Nameless, especially Mossberg level 154, Jenkins level 102. Who do you think has the edge in this match on paper, Corvid?
On paper Legion, but I think Legion missing Prince. I think Nameless has a chance. It's going to be a competitive match.
It should be a good one. Both teams got a lot of talent. I think Legion, I'd be interested to see who their fifth member is here. Whisper, I guess it's going to be Wall probably. So pretty solid lineup for them too.
And they do have
Sodi and Chuck were big Shiv comp players, but they haven't put too much time in Mordhau. By the looks of it, they're only level 40 and 43, but they should still be able to hold their own.
Sodi is a competent front line. They didn't use him in the tournament last weekend, which I thought was interesting. I thought it was a mistake, honestly. They have him here, so.
Yeah, Sodi was a pretty good player in the Shiv comp scene as well. He played it for a while. And have scrimmed against him a few times, and he's done pretty well. And then on Nameless, we've got LBM, Mossberg, Jenkins, Arkosh, and the Patch is live. Do you know who that is?
I have no clue.
Okay, let's see how both teams play this engagement here. Looks like a pretty passive approach from both. No one wants to be too aggressive. Firepot coming out from Legion. Splits up Nameless. Let's see if Legion pushes it. pretty hesitant to push either side too hard. Engagement on the right here. 2v3 for Legion, actually.
Yang's flesh wound.
Yang is flesh wounded. Nameless picking up lots of picks here. A duel on the side here between Arkosh and Wall as well. Wall and the spear. A couple kicks coming out from Wall. He's in a 1v4 now, though, on this. Probably going to go down, but... Yeah, that was interesting. Legion throws their fire pot in the middle, and it looks like they weren't really sure which side they wanted to push. Because they managed to split Nameless, but we're kind of passive after throwing that fire pot. What do you think?
Yeah, I just kind of hung back and let Nameless pick the fight, really.
Yep, and Nameless took advantage of it as well. See again, very wide kind of line formation coming out. I think Nameless was just trying to bait that fire pot there. Legion threw it a little early, so they're just able to back up and wait it out. Very passive from both teams so far. Finally, the engagement starts. Arkosh gets hit twice on the entry. Early picks coming out from Nameless. Damage trading both ways, but looks like Nameless has the early advantage. Wall once again staying alive on the spear. Nice parrying and nice switching from Whisper. Whisper manages to pick up one with the bellhook. He switches, he gets another one, 1v2, but he goes down. Excellent switching there from Whisper. Veteran Chivalry comp player Whisper is my biological father from Chivalry Medieval Warfare. Yes. And he was showing there his shiv skills, which I feel like the shiv players are, they got those target switches down pretty well, and he almost managed to turn that fight around for Legion, but once again, Nameless with the advantage.
Well, Legion's having a serious problem on their right side. I don't know if they're gonna have to make an adjustment. Like here they go, a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, there they were able to throw that fire pot, push right away. Still no picks coming out yet though, although I see a lot of Nameless players one hit. See if Legion can take advantage. Looks like they're having trouble. Yang's flesh wounded. Wall's gonna have to get a pick here soon. He manages to get the nice target switch there on a Mosper. In the 1v2, Jenkins takes him out. Yang and Wall in that 2v3 did the best they could, got a few Legion players down to one hit, but...
That was a lot better from Legion. This Nameless they just wouldn't die. They had like 4 players on one hit.
Yeah, it was amazing. I wonder if that has anything to do with LG's weapon composition, but from the looks of it, they've got some heavy hitters. They've got a poleaxe and a maul, so I think they maybe just need to prioritize individual players a little bit more, maybe. Yang's gonna go into a duel here with LBM on the side. The rest of the team's gonna engage in a straight line. No picks coming out yet. Couple trades between the teams. Yang's flesh wounded. He goes down as well. Legion in the 2v3. Chuck and Whisper. Chuck misses the switch. He gets flesh wounded, goes down. Nameless with a very convincing performance so far, up 4-0. Looks like Legion is really missing Prince.
Oh yeah. Legion kind of plays has a unique style with all the pole arms, 5 pole arms and a maul.
Yeah, I wonder if Yang's going to switch off the maul. I haven't really seen him get around the flanks to do too much damage. It looks like LBM's just forcing the duel with him every time. This time Whisper's going to try and help out Yang. Yang switches back into the fight instead of taking that 2v1 with Whisper. I don't think that was a very good choice there from Yang and Whisper. I think that's going to cost them the round.
Yeah.
Whisper's able to win his duel, gets a few hits off as well, but he goes down. Yang was 1v1ing LBM there, and Whisper went to go help Yang. And what Yang and Whisper should have done was 2v1'd quickly and kill that guy, and then moved on to help their team. But Yang actually switched off back into the fight, so they really just spent a bunch of time
kind of an odd choice.
Yeah.
The maul in 1v1 is not that great, so you kind of see the logic of what Whisper did, but abandoning the 2v1, bad choice.
Some better communication needed from Legion, I think, if they're going to turn this around. Looks like they are doing better this round.
This is just a mop.
Looking clean. Maybe that can get their confidence back up. Turn this map around. They don't have a very slim margin of error here, down 5-1.
That was a little closer to the Legion that we've come to expect these past few weeks.
The Patches Live here putting up 7-11. Not sure who that is. We'll find out afterwards.
I suspect it might be Woofraff, but I'm not sure.
Yes, that would make sense. Woofraff is on the roster for Nameless there. He's doing very well. Both teams trading kills right here. Pretty even fight. I think it's a 4v3 here in Nameless's favor. Sodi doing work in that 1v2.
Still winnable for Legion.
Oh, and Jenkins TK's Wolfraff there. It's going to turn into 2 1v1s.
Might cross
Jenkins
him
and
around.
Sodi. Sodi manages to win his 1v1. Wall stays alive. Sodi doing tons of work on that fight. Jenkins with that TK.
That was just a costly loss of focus from Jenkins.
Yeah, you gotta wonder. Nameless feeling very confident first 5 rounds, and maybe they're feeling a little uneasy now. They want to close this out quickly before Legion gets too much hope. Legion sticking with that fire pot. Sodi goes down very early. I think he actually crashed or something. I think he's being subbed out for Pop here, but that was very, very strange that it happened right at the beginning of the round. Wall with some beautiful switches on that spear. Lots of damage coming out from Wall on the spear for Legion.
It's like Sodi
Nice
might have
work.
technical difficulties, but like Legion won anyway.
So it looks like they're going to be subbing in his brother. Or
that's
actually maybe
brother?
not, because they're both, yeah, Sodi and Pop. For the Mordhau people that don't know, Sodi and Pop are twins. They're like identical twins, right? So they sound very similar, and they're Sodi and Pop. And they played for Legion for the past few years, and there's this really funny video on YouTube that Sinker made of like Omega from Tempest was streaming, and Sodi and Pop just come up to him, and they're wearing the same skin, and they just have this perfect combination of messer and misses and attacks and reverses to kill him. It's so funny. Anyway, back to the match here. We're gonna have RM sub in for LG.
With the sword and shield.
Sword and shield, yeah, sword and bastard. Really high IQ combo there coming out from RM. Bit of an overextension from Arkosh. Takes some damage, but is able to backpedal in time. Jenkins gets around with the shield and takes him out as well. Yang goes down quickly. Mossberg wins his duel with Wall.
Nameless just flooded the right side. They got 4v2 over there.
Wolfraff is just putting up an amazing score right now. 10-4 and 15.
Is that Woofraff?
Yeah, Wolfraff is the Patches Live.
Okay. Yeah, Woofraff is probably the best support in this game.
Yeah, on
in
that
this
spear he's
actual-
doing tons of damage. Nameless running 2 spears here as well, which is not too strange, but you don't see it every day. Yang pushing into those spears. He does manage to get the one hit kill on Arkosh there. Tries to throw his maul as he's flesh wounded, but he dies. Legion does very well on the other side though. It's up to Wolfraff and Jenkins here. Wolfraff holding up nicely in his 1v2. Gets the kick off, but his teammate goes down. His opponent's able to switch onto him, and Legion's going to take the round. 6-4 for Nameless here. Too close for comfort, I would say.
Oh,
If you're
yeah.
Nameless, you want to close this out quickly. You don't want this getting too close.
Legion's
Legion's
kind
got
of
the
hitting that
momentum.
stride.
Exactly. So I want to watch, keep an eye on Yangang, the Maul for Legion. He does get off an early hit on Arkosh. See if he can get the kill. He's looking for the switch. Oh, he
Brutal.
gets the kill on Wolfraff, and he was able to bring Arkosh down to 1 hit for his teammates. Very nice engagement from Yangang and the rest of his teammates on LG.
Yang's woken up. Looks like LG is woken up.
Yeah, looks like it. Yang was struggling, I think, at the beginning. He was getting forced into these outside duels with
Right.
LBM. And if you're Yang, you want to be switching into the middle with that Maul. Yang's got some good target switches, so if you can keep that up like he engaged there, it will look good for LG.
Two v two.
LG getting those early picks once again. Looking good for them. They're going to bring it to a 6-6 if they win. And LG's just going to back up here. Jenkins, the
Mossberg
only
went.
member for Nameless alive.
Mossberg made a long switch from. They had a 3v3 and a 2v2, and Mossberg decided to try and get an advantage on the other side of the map. I don't know, it was kind of a bad choice.
Yeah, those long switches can always be super risky, but wow, what a comeback from LG we've seen here. It was what was it, like 5? It was 5-2, I believe, earlier on, and now it's
4-2.
6-6. So excellent comeback by LG. Let's see if they can close it out. The sub RM's going 5-1-1. Great work from him. Firepot comes out from Legion. Gang's gonna engage on the left side. Line-based engagement here from both teams. And let's see, Whisper is kind of in a tough situation here. He's in the 1v2. He manages to kill one. Dueling Mossberg there. A couple duels going either way. LBM in a 1v2 goes down. Looking good for Legion here. Arkosh has got to kill some people quickly if he's going to win this. Gets a few hits off. Gets surrounded. Arkosh goes down. It's all up to Mossberg, but it's going to be very tough for him. He's got 4 opponents left.
Yeah,
And
that's
LG takes it. Wow, what a match.
That was a good one.
That was insane comeback from LG. And they're going to take the first map up 1-0.
Really think Nameless is too into the big plays. They need to calm down and stick it out. They have a 3v3 and a 2v2 on each side of the map, then they're breaking off and going big plays, and it's not paying off for them.
Yeah, I think a little overconfident when they were up 5-2, and once the comeback started happening, they just kind of fell apart.
Right.
So
Yeah,
now,
that or they started to get the fear, and then they started going for these big plays every round and just digging themselves a deeper hole.
yeah, exactly. It's just simple mistakes. But now, if hopefully a new map, they can refocus and play to their best, because I know they're better than what they showed those last few rounds. But excellent work from Legion there.
They gotta play how they came out. They came out of the gate strong and confident. They gotta get back to that.
Exactly. So we're going to be on pit for this round, and Nameless actually did have the side selection, and I did let them know which maps were in the rotation. They're picking blue, which is a pretty interesting choice because a lot of people, I know Yang Gang is very passionate about his about pit being unbalanced.
Right.
For the blue side, because they have, if you can see the cart, or some, if you can show the cart there, the back of the blue spawn. What happens is a lot of the time you get backed up into that in the fight, and you also get obviously the big bridge as well as another choke
up
point.
in there. Yep.
Yeah, so
Well,
if you're the red team, you generally have more space to operate.
Nameless might be looking for blue on Mountain Peak. I mean, Mountain Peak is supposedly red-sided. I mean, blue-sided. This is red-sided. So you pick red, you pick blue. You get a bad side map either way.
That's true. Yeah, Peak is the 5th map if it goes to a 5th map. So if we get to that, then maybe the pick will be better.
We got some poverty hard drives on Legion. Waiting for people to load in.
Hard drive gamers. Okay, looks like everyone's spawned in, and things are gonna get underway here.
Now we got Pop.
Pop
Pop
subbing in for LG for RM.
RM out.
Legion sticking with the fire pots here. Both teams engaging very wide once again. Good damage coming up from Nameless on the left side. They're gonna take that very handedly. Wow. Very clean engagement here from Nameless. Only Yang up with his fists, capitulates, decides to take it, goes down. Poor
It
Yang.
was a good round from Nameless.
Yeah, Nameless on that left side of the fight just won instantaneously, and they were just able to switch and kill everyone.
It feels like that's the stronger side of their team.
Yeah, I wonder if Nameless is making a tactical choice here, matching up certain people. Looks like Legion's going to push up a little bit higher here in order to choke Nameless a bit in this bridge. Let's see how it works out for them. Right side's looking pretty even. Wolfraff does go down though, Yang and his partner
Whisper
win that
flush
2v2. Mossberg in the 1v2. He's got Yang behind him, gives him a big smack with the maul. Yang with the intentional miss, target switch onto Jenkins. Mossberg doing his best in that 1vx, tries to pick up a weapon but goes down anyway. So now Legion with the win on that round. I think an aggressive approach here from Legion is what they want to do. They want to push Nameless back into those chokes as much as possible.
Right.
Take advantage of that red side spawn.
If they let Nameless pick that fight, they tend to lose. Nameless stacks the left side and it becomes hard for Legion.
Spicy split there from that fire pot. Arkosh is going to engage. Yang has Arkosh's back. He can't land them all on it though. He does get the target switch onto Wolfraff and takes out Arkosh. Yang taking out 3 people with that maul there. He's in the 1v1 here with Mossberg. 2 heavy hitters. We got an Evening Star for Mossberg and a maul here from Yang Gang. Post duel. Yeah, repeat from the Champions duel earlier, and Mossberg falls for that stab to slash more from Yang. Yang with 4 kills on that engagement, leading his team with a 7-1 score. Some people call him. Some people call Yang Gang the best player NA, and here he's really proven that he could be.
Let's say this: Legion became a different team with Yang Gang on it. I think they improved a lot by adding him.
Engagement going on. This time a little bit of a different spot here. Legion really pushing up the hill on the right side. Arkosh with the TK on LBM. Not looking good for Nameless here. Dropping left and right. Mossberg goes down.
And that's where the map sidedness came in. They just pinned them to the ramp.
Yeah, if you're Nameless, you maybe want to switch things up. I would recommend they probably go right or something. They don't want to get caught.
Yeah. Just you don't have to take the fight down there. They could go up the bridge, come down the flat on the other side.
Yep, good thing for Nameless, they managed to bait the fire pot out from LG a little early. That fire pot's gonna have no impact on the match.
LG tends to do that with the fire pots. They don't wait.
So both teams are gonna be pretty passive. No one really wants to get caught in that choke point, but Arkosh decides to take matters into his own hands. Gets some nice target switches off from that greatsword. Is stabbed in the back though from the Legion spear. Wall and Arkosh with a duel on the outside.
2v1.
Yang goes down from Jenkins. 2v2. Mossberg trying to get that switch off. Misses once with the Evening Star. Gets it the second time. Looking good from Nameless here.
The
well
big
done.
switch paid off that time.
Yeah, Mossberg with that switch there, able to take out one of those LG members and clean up. Nice work from him. And it's 3-2 now. Maybe this round will be a little more back and forth. No team taking a big lead. We'll see. So interesting choices here from Nameless. They're choosing to go around the bridge and then engage. Mossberg trying to get off another big flank. Does miss and get caught in recovery there. Mossberg dueling pop on the outside. Wall switches, helps out his teammate. Wall takes out 2 with the spear. Excellent switching from Wall there from Legion.
Another
On
huge
that
round
spear.
from Yang Gang. Yang grabbed 3.
Yang Gang and Wall both with huge impact that round. So I think we're seeing LG in a stage of transition right now. Looking at their roster, Whisper, Chuck That Ass, and Pop were all on their Chivalry team, but Yang and Wall are some of that new blood, and you can see they're topping the scoreboard right now. New Mordhau blood leading LG right now.
Yep, 2 very important pots of that current LG.
Yang is flesh wounded in a 1v2. He manages to kill a lot of time with some nice parries, but his teammates are dying on the other side. It's not looking good for Legion on this engagement. And they're going to win that pretty cleanly. I think they didn't drop a single member there, so 4-3 now for Legion. This could go either way. Very exciting match here. LG, let's see where they throw their fire pot. Ooh, interesting. They choose to throw the fire pot where Nameless was previously running in through. Whisper's gonna duel here on the spear. Spear duel, highest skill in the game right here. They are chambering. Oh, Whisper's on Billhook actually. Never mind. Both pole arms anyway. Stabby stab. Easy win for LG.
Legion likes their stabs, that's for sure.
Legion does like the stab. Although, Looks like Nameless likes to stab too, considering they have 2 spears. Everyone likes to stab. Scroll up meta.
I'd say 2 spears is becoming the standard, really.
Yep, you could be right. Wow, that fire pot super effective on the split there. Legion not really able to take a big advantage of it though. Nameless is gonna get a kill on Whisper at least, but a TK from Wolfraff. Wolfraff holds up nicely in that 1v2. Mossberg gets switched on. Nice back parry. Turns around and parries right away. Good work from Mossberg there. Able to backpedal away from that kick from wall. Yang gets switched on. He's flesh wounded. It's all up to wall here.
Nice
Wow, great
2v2.
work from Arkosh and Mossberg. Just held the freaking line there, man. I think they were in a 2v3 or something like that, and
Yeah.
they were just able to kill. They were getting their switches off. That was excellent work there from Arkosh and Mossberg. And
2v2.
you can see on the scoreboard there they are leading their team right now. Very split fight
Yang
here.
in a 3v1 right now.
Wolfraff with the first kill onto Chuck. And Jinkins is going to come help Arkosh onto Whisper. Gets that kill as well. Looks very comfortable for Nameless, and they win that engagement perfectly. Nobody going down.
That was poorly executed from LG.
Looks like Pop is having some ping issues here. Not doing too well on the scoreboard, 1-7 and 5, and just noticed his ping is spiking. Curious to see if they choose to sub in RM or someone else later on. Two teams engaging once again, very spread out. Mossberg with that first pick, he gets around the back with the Evening Star, gets a few hits onto the backs of the LG members, and that's gonna be it. Only chucked that ass up in the 1vx, but he goes down. Mossberg was able to get around the flanks of the LG members, just hit everyone in the back with that Evening Star. Tons of damage coming out. Looks like Lapu is in the server now. RM subbed back in for Pop for now. Let's see if that improves Legion's chances. I think it will. Pop his ping was spiking a lot. He was having some trouble staying alive, and RM on the shield, it should be an improvement. Engagement beginning on the left side there. Legion a bit spread out, but looks like they're not going to get punished for it. Very tight engagement here. Nameless coming out with the early kills. Whisper in a 1v2. Gets flesh wounded, goes down, and Yang is also flesh wounded on fists. Convincing.
Looks like they got away with it that time.
Convincing last few rounds from Nameless. They're really showing the same strength they did at the beginning of this matchup here. And they win that map, and it's 1-1 now.
Play really well together for a new team. I mean, this weekend.
Yeah, for sure. Well, some of the former teammates,
Right.
or
Yeah.
still our
three of them
teammates.
are from Uprising, I believe. And Arkosh and Wolfraff from AP Dread.
Yeah, that's right. So they do have some experience together. Okay, so the third map is going to be everyone's favorite map. I don't think anyone voted to ban this map in the MCL votes. Oh, I'm cutting out.
I don't think anyone
Sorry, I
thinks
have
it's
bad
a great
internet.
map, but I mean, it's symmetrical at least.
It is symmetrical, yeah, so no advantage for red or blue. That is the one good thing about Contraband, I suppose. Looks like both teams are ready. We're going to be starting here. L will stick with RM for this map. I think that will be in their favor. Pop was struggling on that spiking ping.
Now RM had a pretty good game in the first round.
Yeah, that's right, he did. Bastard shield, or bastard shield. Bastard sword with a heater shield. RM, interesting setup. Both teams hesitant to go through the middle of the pillars here. Early poke coming out from wall. Wolfraff tries to extend there. Chuck punishes. Very angsty from both teams here to engage. And they're going to do a bit of a ring around the road here, around the pillars. Yang goes in. manages to survive despite slamming in. Gets the target switch off. Yang with a double target switch. Oh, Yang did tons of damage there on that maul. He gets another one with LBM. He's greedy. He wants that last
Huge.
kill on Jenkins. He
Huge
gets
round.
it.
That was
Yang,
great. That was a great tactic from LG.
yeah, I think every attack from Yang was a target switch there. That's exactly how you're supposed to play the maul. Good work from him. Picked up, I think, 5 kills in that fight. Excellent work.
I wonder if Nameless is gonna sit around again this round because
If you're Nameless, you gotta use your spears to try and punish that maul as best as you can. And I've noticed Yang is getting fed a little bit too much here. They need to make sure they're not feeding the maul because those maul repos can be very nasty.
Yep.
Firepot coming out from LG is gonna split the Nameless team. Nameless is gonna have to rotate around. Looks like their frontliners are able to stay alive. Yang does take out 1. He takes out 2. He
God.
misses that last one. Good
Wait,
footwork there
stop
from
this guy.
Arkash. Goes down though.
Jeez.
Yang going ham. 8 kills in 2 rounds so far.
I mean, there's two ways to fight against them all. The bad. One of them is to feed them parries, and the other way is to just ignore them. Which, I mean, the first round Nameless fed them, and the second round they just ignored them, and neither way is gonna defeat them all.
Yep, they really got to figure out how to deal with this maul better.
That'd be 1v1 isolated.
And he just
Jeez.
Jenkins just eats it there.
Arkash
Yang
gets
just with a
torched.
hard excel on the maul. Jenkins didn't see it coming, and Nameless already down 2 members. Engagement was half a second long. Wolfraft doing nicely in his 1v2, but it's not enough, and he's gonna go down. LBM is all that stands. Yang goes for the maul throw. Whisper decides enough with funny business, takes him out.
Like these two teams are totally different on this map. Nameless looks completely lost, and Legion is just in their element.
I think the heavy hitting weapons like the maul, and it's considering it's so short, everyone's so tight together, so the maul really shows
Right.
its strengths on such a tight map like Contraband, and Legion's just having difficulty dealing with it. Looks like some throwables coming out here from Nameless. Proj coming out there. Engagement's going on now. Yang with another pick. Yang with 2 picks. Yang with 3 picks. Tries to throw them all. He's gonna let his teammates get a few kills. He does kill Whisper. Smart decision from Yang
You
to
pick
put
up a
Whisper
spear?
down. Make sure you're not offering any stam and health to the other team by leaving Whisper alive. Good decision from Yang there to kill his teammate.
Legion and sitting on one death.
4-0 on this map from Legion. We've seen 2 close maps so far, and then just this stomp. It's very surprising. But once again, on that first map, Nameless had quite the advantage early on, and then LG was able to come back. So maybe Nameless can do the same thing. I don't know about this composition from Nameless. You're going up against a Maul, and they're running 3 Evening Stars. Pretty interesting. They do well to take out Yang Gang there, though.
3v1 them.
LBM doing tons of work on his Evening Star, and they are going to stab Whisper to death. 2v1 here on the shield. It is kind of winnable. RM gets the kill on Mossberg. Duel. Jenkins eats a stab. Goes for the chamber on the stab feint there. RM does have the stam advantage. Jenkins gets the kickoff though, and the stab drag around the shield. He's going to switch to his Evening Star. RM drops the shield. He's out of stamina, and Jenkins finally finishes the duel. Excellent work there from Jenkins, dealing with that shield initially, and then just staying calm and getting the stam out. Well done from Jenkins.
It's a 3v1 on Yang. Generally 3v1s are frowned upon, but you gotta do something about that maul.
LG pushing in very aggressively, or sorry, Nameless pushing in very aggressively on this engagement. Running ahead of LG's firebomb. Whisper gets caught out a little bit there, goes down early. Wall's kind of caught in between, trying to switch. He's going to get hit in the back. He's going to get hit from his teammate in the back, actually, from RM in the 1v3 now. Mossberg picking up a few kills on his enemies and 1 kill on his teammates. Yeah, 5 kills from Mossberg overall, including his TK.
Like Nameless is starting to figure out this map. It's a simple map, but the size it really it's trickier to play than it looks.
Yeah, but Nameless starting to at least slow down. But Arkosh gets really caught out there, overextended. Legion's gonna try and push that advantage as hard as they can. Wolfrath getting a kill. Whisper's flesh wounded here on the bill hook. Looking good for Nameless. Let's see if Chuck can pull something out. He goes down from Jenkins. Yeah, that was... I'm very surprised actually that Nameless was able to win that engagement, because I think it was Arkosh actually who was way
A little bit
overextended.
caught
He
out,
got he got surrounded by Legion members, and they weren't able to take advantage of that. Arkosh gets that early hit on Yang. Showing his own medicine right there on Yang Gang. Arkosh and Yang dueling on the side here, good buddies. Arkosh is going to give his teammate a little love tap, and Nameless is going to take the round again. So it was 4-0, and now it's 4-4. What's going on?
Right
How
back.
can we explain this? Yang's gone missing. He was 12-0. He's been
Slugger,
1-4 the last 4 rounds.
It looks like they finally figured out how to box Yang out and kind of take him out of the equation, yeah.
Yang is going to try and force a duel here, get some support from Whisper on the right side. Split fight. Early advantage coming out from Nameless, but LG turns it around with 3 fast kills.
Big
2v3
ball
here.
for him.
This is winnable here from Nameless. Mossberg in the 1v2 goes down to the stabby stab. And the Nameless stabby stab wasn't able to do much. Wow, that fight was pretty crazy. Everyone just split up, and tons of target switches going on between the different groups.
That looked scary for Legion at first, but they fought it back.
What do you think about this composition from Nameless here? No swords at all, just 3 evening stars and 2 spears.
Yeah, I know that they're really big on even stars. I mean, for frontline, I don't think it's too important.
EU meta here from
Right.
Nameless, and it's gonna work out for them, it seems, or maybe not. LBM backpedaling a little bit, left Mossberg out. He was out of stam. He didn't have too many options here. He's doing very nicely in that 1v2, but he was basically out of stam anyway, and Young's gonna finish him off. So that's gonna be map point here for Legion, up 6-4. Yang Gang starting to put a couple more kills on the board these last few rounds.
He's had a huge game.
Arkosh and Yang going head to head. Yang gets the first hit off, but excellent supporting there from Jenkins. His teammate is going to go down though. He loses as well in the 1v2. Legion pushing the advantage, up 4-2 now. Just trying to close out the map, and Mossberg's the only one left for Nameless here. He's got to pull out a magical moment here. Nice parries, but it's not going to matter.
I think Legion's experience just carried them in this match, in this map in particular.
Yeah, it was interesting to see, because they went up 4-0, and then they started throwing. They dropped 4 rounds, and then they decided, okay, let's get our shit together, and they close it out. So the score for the maps is 2-1 right now. Legion's got 2 maps. Nameless has 1 map.
First to 3. So this is probably the most competitive match we've had all week.
Yep, this is the. I don't know how there are other matches going on right now, and I don't know how those have been progressing so far. But this is the first far that I've seen, at least. All first 5 matches of the league so far have been sweeps. Some pretty uneven matchups, but that's the way the RNG gods decided. And next week we should have some more balanced matchups. It's 2-1 for Legion here. Legion's got 2 maps.
It'll be interesting to see how they decide to play this map. There's usually two trains of thought: either to play at the top of the hill in the large flat area, or with all the terrain in the like arena area.
Yeah, I think usually the cleanest way to fight, at least, is just going up and fighting in that top area. away from the
Looks like
like
Legion's
arena.
heading up there.
Yeah, Legion's gonna head there, but Nameless has other ideas. They're gonna head and both
After
teams are
that
gonna
contraband map,
stare at
I
each
wouldn't
other in a
want to
bit.
play in the arena. Going to
No.
a marathon.
Yeah, bit of a running simulator here. And we're gonna have the engagement in a quite an
And
interesting
quality
spot.
for them.
Great fire pod from Legion, splitting off. I believe that was LBM who just got completely split off in that fight, and Legion to take advantage. They're able to get a kill, or a TK rather, coming out from Nameless in that fight, and then a 2v1 from Legion. That's one of the best uses of a fire pod I think I've seen.
Yeah,
That
that was
just
great. That was a great pot.
they split off LBM so effectively, and LBM even took some damage from the fire pod itself. He just had to sit there on the side and watch his teammates die.
kind of a confusing decision from Nameless. That big marathon around the map, just
Yeah, well, it looks like they're gonna go the regular way this time.
right.
I think maybe their thought process was since they went to the middle, they didn't want to go up the hill, but I don't know. Maybe they don't realize that lower ground is actually an advantage in this game. But anyway, fight going on now. Looks like Nameless is gonna get the early picks. The shield gets around the backs of a few opponents from Nameless as he's gonna get 2 kills with the Bastard Sword to the back. He's just stabbing and stab combo here. Yang's gonna drop RM in the 1v2. Excellent kick from Arkosh. Whisper in a 1v3. A couple of his opponents are low though, but he gets flesh wounded, goes down. Some crazy switches there from the shield.
Right. Looks like LG tried to pinch Nameless against the fence and in the gap. It's just LG was able to Nameless was able to break out.
Great work from Nameless there. And they're switching up their composition a little bit here as well. They've got 2 swords instead of the triple evening star. Firepot coming out from LG once again. Jenkins, good target switches there on the spear. Manages to get a couple off. LG does well on the other side though, and they're gonna switch in. Yeah, that's the way Mordhau goes. I was watching one side of the engagement and it looked like Nameless was doing quite well. Jenkins was getting some stab switches off on that spear, but Legion was able to win the other side, switch in fast enough, and it didn't really matter.
Skirmish is really just a race to the first kill.
Yeah,
Most of the time, the first kill is gonna win the round. Not always, but most of the time.
that is a good way to describe it, I would say. I like these fire pods from Legion. It's forcing Nameless to fight in these really tight positions, and Legion's just able to surround them and just absolutely demolish every single Nameless member. Just so clean there from Legion.
But there's nowhere to go with Legion's pole arms. That's a brutal position.
Yeah, I don't think the Legion members just barely had a scratch on them. Just really...
If I was Nameless, I'd be thinking about another way into this area. Legion
Yeah,
is
me
playing
too.
the map. They're really gaming them.
I think if
they're gonna go to the
Nameless
side
just...
this time.
Yeah, they're gonna go on the hill. I think this is a good decision. Mossberg's gonna try and run away. He got a bit split from that fire pod, but he regroups with his team in time. A bit of a split fight here. LBM's caught out. He catches the parries though. Great work from LBM to stay alive for his teammates to come in and help him out. Both teams trading kills. 4v3 advantage here from Nameless, and they're gonna 2-1 Yang quickly. Wall was kind of in a weird spot there. He was unable to get those stabs off to help his teammate, and he's gonna get hit in the back from Mossberg. Wow.
Big comeback round from Nameless. That did not start well for them.
Yeah, they pulled out the double evening star, and I think both the evening stars did damage in that fight there. It was really interesting to see the engagement happen like that. They were kind of split up at first, but they were able to group up once again and take the win.
LG just couldn't take advantage of the positioning they had.
Yeah, this time an inconsequential fire pot. Nameless is going to be able to wait it out this time. But they do have a bit of a choke position here if they go through there. Nameless making the smart choice of going right. They don't have to push through though, but they choose to anyway. Arkosh gets caught out a little bit. He's going to get a few stabs, manages to stay alive. Right side's falling for Nameless here. Arkosh doing well. It's not going to be enough. Wolfraff and Mossberg managing to win their section of the engagement. Wolfraff in a 1v3 here. A few of his opponents are low. He manages to take initiative back. Oh, and the duck coming out there from Whisper crouches. We all know and love the crouching tactics in Mordhau. was
That
able to get
crowd.
the win there.
At this point, I'm really questioning the blue pick from Nameless, because this looks like the most red-sided map we've seen so far. There's
It
just
does.
nowhere for blue to go.
You're right, but in my opinion, I think Nameless is being too aggressive. They don't have to force those chokes. They can wait on that hill area and kind of wait things out. They don't have to push through the chokes. Like I think they're definitely a little too fast. I've noticed Arkosh and LBM on a few instances. They're good players, so they can kind of parry and get out of it. But I've noticed they kind of engage a little too early sometimes without their teammate support. I think what Nameless is doing here is good. They're spreading out a little bit more, neutralizing the effect of that choke point. And we're going to have a really split fight here. EU style. Jenkins dueling the other spear.
Fight's
But
balanced in LG's favor.
Arkosh and Jenkins fall in their 2v2. Yep. And there we see an example of Snowball, how, as you were saying earlier, split fight, Legion gets some early kills and they just switch and clean up easily.
And this have an advantage.
But overall, I think that was a better shape from Nameless, but they really have to turn things around on this map quickly because Legion is just 2 rounds away from taking the game.
Better positioning this time from Nameless.
Oh no, Yang with that maul was able to take out LBM here. They're gonna lose that 3v3 handedly on the other side, not taking out a single member. And even LG wins the 2v2 on the other side. All members up cleanly in a 3v3 and 2v2. LG won both sides. Chucked that ass. Putting up a big score on this map so far. 10-2 and 4. RM 8-3 and 7. Wall 5-2 and 10. Excellent work there from LG's members there. I think RM's doing some good work. Arkosh with a nice opening engagement with a few hits there. Lots of low health on LG. Let's see if LBM can pull something out from this 1v2. Wall misses the kick. Still able to get the kill, and that's going to be it.
Bad parry cost him there.
That's going to be it. That's game for LG. LG's going to win this set 3-1. It was pretty close. We saw some crazy comebacks, some crazy leads that were thrown. So overall, a really great match. I don't think it disappointed. Everyone was looking forward to Legion versus Nameless as one of the more interesting of round 1, and I think it's delivered.
But Nameless, not a bad debut. It looks like they had some synergy, some tactics. It's just LG's experience was just too much for them.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a pretty good debut from Nameless, and they definitely, I think, have the individual skill to go head to head with those Legion members. But I think the organization was a little stronger on the Legion side.
Right.
So I'm sure Nameless is going to be working to address that in the coming weeks over the season.
Yeah, not the last we've heard of Nameless, that's for sure.
Definitely not. So, yep. Retsnom, you who may speak, you have permission to speak to your stream if you want to.
Oh, I could have been speaking the whole time, but I can mute a Discord, but it'll still broadcast it. So that was some good matches.
Yeah, that was a good round for sure.
Interesting choices with what's the previous map where they were getting in the choke points between the columns, between the pillars. Contraband, yeah. And they were doing a little bit of that ring around the rosy thing, and that was interesting. But it was just kind of who could crunch who into the in between the two pillars.
Yeah, 5v5 on that map is just so crowded with those pillars. If you see the way EU plays, it's actually so different. Like, we kind of saw that ring around the rosy with all 5 members kind of going together around the pillars. And EU, they just spread out way more. It's kind of interesting how there's a dichotomy there between the two scenes. But Corvid, do you have any final thoughts on the match?
Ah, it was a great match. Look forward to seeing more from these two teams. Good teams.
Sure. Retsnom, thank you for streaming last minute.
Yep, no problem.
Appreciate it very much. Corvid for commentating with me.
Hopefully it wasn't too
So-
janky. So.
I'm sure it was good. You got a great computer. You got Google Fiber, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Over there in Kansas. Yeah. And so we're gonna have match of the week is gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be on the MCL stream. It's gonna be Legion. Sorry, not Legion. Team North versus Team Inquisition. So my team versus Corvid's team. That's gonna be the match of the week. It's gonna be on the MCL Twitch. We're gonna have some celebrity guest casters gonna be on that one.
Really?
I think you guys will be happy with that. He's got a silky smooth voice. That's the only hint I'm gonna give. So yeah, and that will conclude round 1 so far for the MCL, and then all the matchups will be out basically as soon as Inc versus North is done, and then Saturday's matchups will be revealed then, Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so thanks for watching everyone, and I hope to see most of you tomorrow. I will be probably playing in that match unless Mars decides to bench me, so we'll see. Thanks for watching everyone.
Peace.
All right, thanks again, guys, for watching. I'm probably going to end this stream and probably kick open a stream here shortly. So enjoy, hang out, do whatever.